Hi everybody, my name is Abigail Barron. I'm the executive chef at Minnetrista for the catering department, catering and sales events. We are on lockdown out here in Moreland at our farm, and I just thought I would share some things with you guys. Today I'm smoking some chicken. Here is my handy duty smoker. It is nothing fancy. It is not one of those things that you put the pellets into. I don't have one of those. Maybe one day. So right now I've just made a little pile of charcoal. The first thing about smoking is you've got to get your charcoal going. You got to get a little bit of heat before you can put your smoking chips on it. Digging into last year's stash, I've got some hickory chips and some hickory chunks. I usually put apple in with it too, but it looks like maybe last year I used all the apple. So I'm going to give this a little dousing. I'm going to light this up. And then we're going to get this going and come back to it when it's ready to put on the wood chips. Okay, look at that thing go. There's Asher, my little dog. He wants to know what's going on. So, okay, see all that white? That's good stuff. We got some heat going in there now. So next thing we're going to do is throw in some wood chips and get this party started. Alright, so now we are ready to put some wood chips on. You can soak these. Sometimes I soak them in apple juice or soak them in water. But we've been pretty busy on the farm today, so haven't had time to do that. Didn't think that far ahead. This is just kind of like, what are we going to have for dinner tonight? Let me give them something different. So we're going to put those on there. Give that about 10 minutes. Once you have a good, nice heat going on in there, you can add a little bit more charcoal if you need to, add some more chips, but we'll let that go for about 10 minutes. Then I've got these drumsticks, because when I went to the store about 3 weeks ago, that's the only chicken they had was drumsticks, so I bought the pack and threw them in the freezer. And this morning or yesterday I pulled them out because I knew we'd have something drumsticky for dinner tonight. So I've got a little bit of kosher salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. So that's been sitting in this rub for probably about 4 or 5 hours now. So in about 10 minutes we're going to put these on, and then we're going to cook them for probably close to an hour. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. You see the smoke billowing out of our smoker here. We've got some good heat, some good smoke going on. Oh yeah. So I don't want this on the very bottom of the smoker, so I've got it on the shelf right above it. When you smoke things, you don't want them to be touching each other. You want the flow to be able to circulate around all the meat. So we've got that in there. We're going to let that go for a while. Typically I check the chips about every 30 minutes, usually time to reload. You notice I've got vents on the sides. This controls how much air goes in, how much more smoke you want to add in. I usually keep it a little bit like that because you got to have air flowing through. Got a little vent over here. If it's really windy, blowing from one side or the other, I may close a vent. It just depends. Now I want to keep that smoke in there, so I'm going to pretty much close my top vent, and it'll be able to come out through the sides and such like that. So that's the beginning. Now I'm going to go inside and figure out what else I can throw in a smoker to complete this dinner of our smoked chicken drumsticks Italiano. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes. I took 2 red potatoes and I blanched them so that they're not all the way cooked, but they'll finish cooking in the smoker. A can of corn, 1 onion, about 2 tablespoons of garlic, about a tablespoon of bacon fat, tablespoon of olive oil, some stadium brats, and mixed it all up, salt and pepper. This is going in now. Oh yeah. So chicken's looking good. I've got tongs to stir up my heat source down here. I'm going to put some more chips on. Feeling a lot of heat out of there, so that's good. This is perfect. Get this going again. Anytime I add chips, I do a little stir. See, the smoke's already starting to come. Then, sorry, I'm gonna rotate my chicken. You can see the color on there already. All right, give it about another 30 minutes and we'll be having some dinner. All right, and so now we've got our meal. The chicken turned out great. It's got a nice hard smoke on it. Got a nice light smoke on our potatoes and corn and onions and brats. Glenn and I are practicing our social distancing, as you can see by our table setting here. Thanks for joining us today, and from our family to yours, stay safe and be well.